Like, would you ever differentiate with your rolling sticks?
You can cheat, yeah, so you don't know that it's that name that I'm calling out. How I differentiate, I've differentiated today actually. Right, in your pairs talk, differentiated, I've given you time, yeah? So you've got time to explore your ideas before I come to you. The other way I've done it is, okay, you haven't got an answer, I'll give you some thinking time while I talk to someone else. Yeah? I can differentiate further. I can plan my question. So you're a brilliant person in my class. I'm going to give you a really difficult question. So I'm going to ask everybody that question. They all think about it. Actually, I know I'm coming to Naomi, so I'll fix it. I don't do that, but I could do. The reason I don't do that is I want everyone to be as brilliant as Naomi. Yeah, and to me, differentiation, 90% of the time in school, is dumbing down. You know, I see an objective which says all will, some will, most will. What the hell's that? All will do what I want some to. That's what we're aiming for.
That's called ticking a box at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it is though, isn't it? It's testicles. Like, why would I create a learning objective that only some kids in my class are going to, and I'm going to allow everybody to just do this bit? That's crazy. Oh, well, it's gone now. But I'm teaching to the top that I can get out of those kids. It's all right, it doesn't need to come back. I'm teaching to the top that if I've got a Middlesex class, my C, D borderline class, I'm teaching them B and A all the time in year 10. All the time. I never teach them C. I will in amongst it, but so differentiation is a pernicious lie. All the research says that differentiation is a complete myth, and it annoys me like crazy.
It's effectively teaching, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, how do you differentiate? I try to be explicit about what you've got to do to succeed. That's how I differentiate. I haven't got time. There's a teaching sequence that goes with it, which is see, try, apply, secure. I've got the video on it, I think. But it's just teaching. It's not. I never give another kid a different resource. I never give another kid a different activity. Ever.
Are your expectations, so sometimes like my differentiation will be with my top set year 10, they range from some of them sort of predicted A's, and then there's the bottom 3 which are C, A grade.
Yeah.
So I would expect the top to be hitting, if I ask them to find 6 or 7 quotations, they'll be hitting the top, whereas I wouldn't expect them, the lower grades, I wouldn't expect them to get 6. I'll be pleased if they get 3 or 4. If I don't tell them, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I tend to kind of go in multiples of 5. So I'll say, I want everyone to get 5. Clap when you've got them. And when I've got 3 or 4 claps, we stop and we start looking at them. And my weaker kids might not have got to 5. Well, fine. Yeah, they're practicing the same skills, and
it just takes them a little bit longer, so it sort of allows.
Yeah, but I never, if I'm giving them a piece of writing, right, this essay needs 8 quotations, we're all going to get 8. That's non-negotiable. Yeah, and if you haven't got 8 quotations by the end of the lesson, because I've given you the time, you're staying behind at break till you've got 8. I'm not accepting, I could only find 5, because we've done some teaching about it, we've thought about the quotations, and so my differentiation is on expectations. I expect you to work harder because it's harder for you, but that's just the way it is. Yeah.
So regardless of your levels, if you have, for example, a bottom set and you have 3 pupils that need that, their support plan says that they need to have a writing frame or they need to have sentence structures, what do you do then? What do I do then? I'll start with a writing frame, like early lessons, and then I'll withdraw it as quickly as I can. I'll start with a TA early lessons, and then I'll withdraw the TA as early as I can.
Can you do that?
All the research says bottom set kids do better without a teaching assistant. Why? Because the teacher starts teaching that kid and saying to the kid, well, that's not good enough. And let me show you how to improve. The TA doesn't do that. And that's differentiation is therefore, I expect you to improve. And that's it. yeah, you might be starting at that level, but I'm just expecting you to improve. Next lesson, you improve. So-and-so might be up here, I don't care about that. As long as you're improving, I'm happy. And that's less work for me, it's more work for you.
It is, but obviously as a trainee, we're expected to follow our mentors' advice. Like if a people, we have to follow their
I
people
know.
support plan and do all of that. And
I
yes,
know.
it's time consuming, but
Yeah,
if we don't do it, obviously, you know, we get
but you'll have a real job.
Not long left.
after.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
mhm.
And then what you'll do is you'll say, okay, well I've got this kid who needs the support, and I'll put that in permanently, and this kid I'll gradually start withdrawing it. Well, what's the difference? Oh, bugger me, that kid's starting to improve. All right, I'm going to withdraw yours as well. Or, no, that kid went backwards. All right, I'll put the support plan in. Because it's always about, not your opinion, what's the actual effect. Yeah, and that, if I can give you that one message for today, whatever advice you're given, test it out on the kids, see what the effect is. If the effect isn't what you want, then the advice was rubbish. And it doesn't matter if it was my advice or the head's advice or your head of department's advice. The reason you'll get away with it is, I've looked at the effect, here are my results. I don't think that worked, I'm going to do something different. No head of department is going to say, no, I want you to keep getting bad results, doing that please. There isn't a head of department in the universe will do that.
As long as you can show the students making progress.
Yeah. So I am aware that it's been uncomfortable. That's the design, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for putting up with me, and well done, surviving.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.